We're in Mei Leaf, London, where I'm going to meet Don, the founder of the company, that's going to show me how to have true Gong Fu tea.
So you ready to taste true tea?
Yes, please lead the way.
Okay, so Michelle, I believe this is your first Gong Fu tea experience?
It is,
Is that
yes.
correct? Okay, so hopefully it will be a good one. So the big difference between Gong Fu brewing and Western style brewing is that you're using more leaf for smaller brewing vessels and you're brewing multiple infusions. So even though that looks like a lot of leaf for that pot, you're going to be brewing many, many times, and therefore you're going to get lots of infusions. And it really is the best way to really understand what a tea should taste like, because just like wine, imagine if you uncork wine and you have that first glass, it's different to the last glass, right? So you want to see how the flavor evolves, and that's one of the main benefits of Gong Fu brewing. So this is the way that they would brew traditionally in China. A lot of people think of it as like the tea ceremony, but take away the ceremony part, because at its heart it's just about getting the best tasting tea. So you're going to be doing the brewing.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Right, so first of all, we've got our tea set here. We've got the pot. We've got this, which is called a fairness cup or a gong dao bei. And the purpose of this is if I poured directly from the pot into the cup, then we're going to get uneven infusions, right?
Okay.
So this way we even out the infusion and it allows the leaf to just sit getting ready for the next infusion. So if you open that up and you just heat up this teaware, so you want to get the teaware nice and warm.
Let's give this a go.
There you go. Don't worry, you can make a mess. Put more in, it's fine. That's why we've got a towel. In China they say tea requires three things. It requires the leaf, it requires water, and it requires you, the brewer. So we want to make sure you're integral to it. Okay. So if you then take that hot water and you can pour it into the gong dao bei. And now, if you could empty those leaves into the pot.
All of them?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. Let's treat ourselves. We can do it the other way. It's probably easier.
I was going to say, how do we get them out?
Yeah.
You can tell this is my first time.
Don't worry. As I said, making a mess is all part of the
Look, I'm making a mess.
There you go. No, that was pretty neat. Okay, I'll take that away from you. Okay, so this is called Dongfang Mei Ren, also known as Eastern Beauty. It's a Taiwanese bug-bitten oolong. So the leaf is summer-picked, which is quite rare for an oolong tea, rare for most teas that are high quality. The reason is because it's summertime, these little insects come, they bite the leaf, and when it's bitten, the plant reacts. So the plant sort of has a defense mechanism, and it releases extra terpenes, which are flavor aromatic compounds, which contribute to a sort of honeyed sweetness to it. So stick your nose in there.
I'm getting honey.
Yeah.
Kind of like a citrusy, strong, kind of grapey, almost like a dessert wine.
Absolutely. So you've got this sort of sugared grapes, those overripe grapes, and that comes from terpenes. So these are aroma compounds that the plant produces, and the plant produces it because it's trying to protect itself, right? So it's releasing this smell. So you know how sometimes you go to, if you go to a hot country where there are mosquitoes, and you put citronella oil on your skin because the mosquitoes are repelled by it. So this sort of has those sort of citronella, citrusy, honeyed notes to it. So it's about trying to repel the insect. So it's interesting how the plant reacts.
So it makes itself, like the smell and the flavour, even stronger to...
Yeah, because it can't run away, right? It's the thing, plants can only use aromatics to try and control behaviour. And part of the behaviour of controlling humans is that we want to drink it. So if you pour some water in there, fresh water in there, we're now going to rinse the leaves. Now this is done traditionally. It doesn't have to be done for all teas, but it's worth doing. The reason why we do that, so you don't have to fill up, so just about there is fine, We put the lid on. And the reason why we do that is because what we're trying to do is to take away any dust, so you can pour it directly out now. I'll put a filter here for you, so pour it through the filter. So if there are any broken leaves in there, dust particles, you want to rinse them out. And it's, as I said before, we're going to have many infusions of this leaf, so you don't have to feel like you're wasting the tea. As long as it's only about 10 seconds like that, it's fine. So if you put the filter back, and now you can feed your little tea pet.
Oh, that's so cute.
So tea pet's a sort of embellishment to the gong fu setup.
Just pour it a
Yeah,
little bit?
just he'd be very happy. He's made out of clay, so he'll build up a pattern. He'll build up like a little. As you use the tea pet more, then they start to change colours and start to develop like different sort of tones. So you can see your tea journey. Okay.
Very sweet little shower, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. If you pour the rest in here, so we're just going to warm up the cups and start to get the aromatics together. There you go, like a pro. Okay, so now we're going to smell these leaves again. So the best thing to do is take the pot to you and smell the lid first.
Okay.
Allow the steam to dissipate, and then you can stick your nose in those leaves. So smell the lid, and now this is steaming away. So now you can get your nose in there, and hopefully you'll notice that it's even more pronounced.
It's more citrusy.
Yeah. So you're noticing more of the fresh notes coming through.
Yeah,
right.
exactly that. Like, there's still the undertone of the honey, but it's not so prominent. Yeah.
So as a leaf hydrates, you're bringing it back to freshness, right? So therefore, all of the aromatics are starting to move up into the brighter arena. Okay, so now we're going to brew. So go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
And obviously, if you were doing this by yourself, take your time. You can spend many minutes just sort of smelling the leaf, thinking about what it reminds you of. Taste is hardwired to your memory.
It takes you back to different places, different experiences, and I just like this whole process. It's very calming and relaxing. It just takes time out of a day just to reconnect and refresh again.
Absolutely, that's one of the whole joys of tea drinking, is finding that time for you and that moment. Okay, so that's now ready. So we're just pouring it in, yeah.
Okay.
So
just everything.
Yeah, go for it. Everything goes through. So that's your first infusion, right? Now the first infusion is usually going to be actually one of the weaker infusions, and it will actually develop more as the leaf opens up. Thank you. So, Dongfang Mei Ren, cheers. I hope that you enjoy it.
Yes.
So the normal sort of process with tasting tea is to focus on texture. The first mouthful, you're going to get flavor and aromatics, but the real joy of true tea is allowing that to develop and build up. So as you drink, it's going to become more and more enhanced. So, any different flavor notes here?
The moment, like you said, the first sip was quite delicate. Now, again, obviously I'm still getting the honey.
Yeah. It's not going to shift wildly. You know, the flavor notes are going to be those honeys and overripe grapes. But, you know, it'll start to develop.
It's becoming more fragrant.
Make sure you breathe out through your nose, you know, after you've swallowed, because you're sending those terpenes through your nose. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to sniff the liquor. The best way to do it is once the liquor's in your mouth, then you breathe out through your nose, and you'll get a lot more aroma that way. Great thing about Gong Fu brewing is it's always there in front of you, so you can always just get like this rich palette of aromas and tastes and textures. And the true meaning of tea, the taste, all of that is an enjoyment, but at its heart, its true benefit is allowing you that space and that focus and just being.
I love it. And how many times can I rebrew the tea?
Depends on the tea. For something like this, you could easily brew it 8 to 10 times.
Okay.
Some teas go up to sort of 15 to 20 times. Other teas, like more delicate green teas, you're talking about 5 infusions. But you know, the great thing is you don't have to rush. Right? That can quite happily sit there, those leaves. So you could leave it for an hour and come back to it. Yeah. So this is the false economy of sort of commodity tea, is that you sort of, it's maybe convenient, you get like 300 mils of not very good tasting tea, but actually by using high quality tea in large amounts, you can eke this out over your whole day.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call a true tea experience. About relaxing, being in the moment, and just taking time out for yourself.